Hi everyone! I'm starting the March bullet journal how-to video, and we are doing Natsume Yuujinchou. It's about a boy that can see demons from a very young age, and it causes him a lot of hardship. And that's not an uncommon anime theme. I just think that it was kind of unique because the grandmother could see them as well, and she had created this book of friends, and that was just her taking demon names and binding them in a book. So the demon's powers are kind of reduced or severely reduced in some way, so that whenever she takes their name and puts it in this book, they're kind of restricted to answering her call. And I understand they get kind of mad because that's not really what friends do. You call them and then they can choose to come to you or not. But it actually looks like that whenever she has a demon's name put in that book, they are obligated to her and to come help her. So now that she's gone, Natsume is responsible to give those names back if he wants to, and he does choose to. So it's really interesting because he's actually a very kind main character, and I like that he's not how should I say this? He's actually really plain looking, like just the regular guy, and I kind of like that because I think when you look at an anime, sometimes you're just like, oh yeah, that's the main character right there, like bright red hair and like super outgoing, something like that. So this guy is completely plain. Like it's really hard to tell if he was the main character or not. Let's just say that. But yeah, I would really recommend this anime. It's just really underplayed. I don't think a lot of people know about it. So I think there's 3 seasons already out, maybe more than that now. I did take lots of breaks from this anime just because there have been a lot of sad episodes and I get so emotional sometimes. But that's enough gushing over this anime for now. If you want to give it a try, I don't think it's a waste of time at all. I think you'll really enjoy it. But getting back to the bullet journal, we've done a lot of pre-work already. As you can see, I kind of mark where my cover pages are and where my habit pages are, my budgeting, all that stuff. So we have already printed out our pictures and cut them down to size so we can go a little bit faster for this recording. And you can see all of that. I've already rounded the corners on those also. Yeah, I'm getting a lot faster at gluing things down, and I just found that when you just glue down one section and then see if that lines up, and you can fold over the rest of it just to fit everything. Yeah, I don't know why my voiceover is so bad. Like, it says to just hold the button and it'll do it, and it just keeps breaking off. So I apologize if this is a really crappy run. Yeah, looks like we're already on the habit tracker cover, and originally I was just going to leave this picture as is and just glue it down. My habit tracking would be on the back of this as well as my goal setting page. But you can kind of see I start pondering, and I'm just like, oh, it would be really nice if I could just keep doing what I did for the Inuyasha bullet journal spread, where I kind of showed you like a peep of it through, make it a little more interesting. So I think I do decide to like keep this up. I really have to keep in mind that I should be adjusting that so I don't waste so much time trying to cut this and do a half here and a half also on the picture. So this is what you're seeing, me just fiddling around. Yeah, I just find that the straight edge cutter is so helpful. I use it every time I do my bullet journals, and I know that is just really unnecessary. I mean, you can do it with scissors too, but for some reason I just really like things precise. So I don't know, this is just for fun and it brings me joy, so I just gotta do what I gotta do. Phew. so sorry. I just like I ate lunch and then I shoveled snow and I'm just like burping. I apologize. I just have to hold it in. Okay, so here we go. I made that half page cut and I took out that one piece, that one section from this picture, and I was just like, oh man, it's such a waste. But you know, I really got to utilize every piece I've got because, ink is not cheap. And I'm sure that's what you guys are thinking too. Like, who has the money to keep printing out all these pictures every month? Like, that is expensive. Yeah, yeah, it is. I just bought a cheap butt printer from Sam's Club, and it was like $80, and refills for this printer is like $40, and I think I buy a pair of cartridges I'd say every 4 or 5 months. That ink lasts me quite a bit. I mean, look what I'm printing out. It takes a buttload of ink to print all this stuff, and I'm not asking for the moon and the stars for these kind of pictures. Like, it's not the best quality, it's not the best color quality, but it does the job. Like, it still looks really great. I'm not complaining. So yeah, if you're just wondering about that ink, yeah, I think about it too sometimes, but the price you pay for happiness. I think this is the fastest I've gone with a bullet journal. Like, this sounds embarrassing, but I spend days on making bullet journals look really good, and I think I really wanted to speed up because I was like, this is ridiculous. You should be able to get these done like at least in a day, but it takes me maybe 3 or 4 days just to make everything as perfect as I want it to. But I'm trying to go a little faster, and you can see me try to speed through. And look at my gluing. I just fudged it up because I was trying to get this done really quick. I do have plans in March, and so that's why I kind of wanted to get this rolling. Otherwise, I usually start doing my next bullet journal almost in the middle of the month, and maybe that's not how they do it. And when I say they, I'm referring to like other successful bullet journal people, because I don't know how they do it, but they're so good at this, and they always get their videos out on time and edit it really nice, and holy moly, their how-to videos are amazing. So, we're coming a long way. I mean, from my first videos, you can watch them and they are horrendous, but I knew that already, so I'm not too embarrassed because I knew it was going to be bad. You always start off bad. Yep, and you see me scrapping together my picture pieces because I'm thinking about that ink, and I'm like, oh, I can't waste this because ink is so expensive. And you can see I got lazy. Well, I wouldn't say lazy. I was starting to rush again trying to get this done, so I was like, oh, I gotta get this little piece on there. And of course, perfectionist, trying to line everything up, make sure that when you close it, there's like that nice division so you can still see that there's something behind there. And yeah, I kind of leave it there because I gotta think, because I gotta make it amazing. Once I do those kind of split sections, I really gotta make it amazing is what I think, because when you open it up, it shouldn't be, oh, that's it. It should be like, wow, that's really nice. And then I was kind of caught off guard on this picture because it was bigger than I expected, but not short enough to do the half page I was planning on doing for Inuyasha. So I took a break. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna think about that. Let me just jump to my calendar instead and figure that part out. And I decided that I'm gonna do the, oh goodness, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm okay. So I was going to do the Book of Friends as a layout for the calendar, and I really had to think about it because I love my zebra midliners, and I was like, I don't want to do anything to hurt them and waste the ink on it. But you know what? Happiness. You gotta do what makes you happy. And yeah, I went ahead and colored that in. And I'm really trying to make sure that I don't, um, you know, when you run your midliner or highlighter over like black ink or pencil or something, and then you see that little stain, you know, on the brush tip, and it makes me so upset. So I am trying my hardest not to do any overlap and ruin the color or integrity of my midliners because I love them so much. They were a gift from my brother, and I mean, honestly, everything that I do with my bullet journals has been a gift from my brother and my sister, so I cannot ruin it. Yes, I am very delicate with them. Also, if you are interested in zebra midliners, they are a really good deal at Sam's Club. Like, there's like a whole freaking pack, and it's amazing, and it's a really good deal. Like, you have to wait for a good deal on Amazon sometimes, and Sam's Club is always a good deal on these midliners. So if I do, unfortunately have to run out and kill these midliners, at least I know where to get them for a good deal. Yeah, that's what it looks like, the Book of Friends. And you can do that little comparison on the page next to it because that Reiko is Natsume's grandma, and that's her when she was young. Anyway, that is her holding the Book of Friends, and that is what the calendar is modeled after. I really wanted to make this very simple looking and kind of like subtle because I was kind of going off of people not being able to see all the demons that Natsume can. So I was trying to do this very simplistic kind of look, and at the bottom of my calendar, I'm going to do a little event block. So once I mark things for March, I can write down a quick reminder, like what is that? And right now I'm doing that pondering thing again where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, it's too plain, or I don't really want to fuck this. Oh, oops. I don't really want to fudge this up. So I skip to the thing I know the best, and that is setting up my weekly spread right here. I mean, I've pretty much got this down now. Like, I know where all my weeks are going to end up, my to-do list, my notes, and my reflection pages. So I really just like kind of skip around and do the things I know because I think so much on what I'm doing on my bullet journals. Like, you have no idea. I think way too long. Maybe that's why I can't get them done a day. I can't get them done in a day. Like, it's a lot of brain power. So I guess I went back to my calendar because I was like, I can do the simplest things. I can just put in the numbers. And yeah, there I go. And again, I wanted to be subtle about it. So I'm using my gold pen to mark in the days of the week. I've never really done that before. Like, I always wanted to make sure everybody saw the days of the week on that. But I'm just like, the key is being subtle. Like, we're being subtle for March, and that's why I kind of put my my subtitle for events on the side, because I'm actually going to have that hidden in some way. Oh, and we're almost there. We're kind of like doing the fast preparation right now, so like everything is all set up. All that's left is really to like put in the stamping now, and that's fun. So I'm already going in and stamping all the little pieces in there. Oh. Yeah, I remember this part. I like messed up because I didn't make the highlight for my calendar on the previous page, and then I messed up my spacing. So I actually stamped my month calendar, and then my highlight was in the wrong place. I mean, you'll see. I'll fix it. It's not that hard to fix. I look at it. I'm like, yeah, like there it is. I was like, there it is. Yep. I gotta go back and fix that. Ugh. I didn't fix it right away, probably because I was like, no, you dumb. Yeah. And I'm probably trying to not to think about like how bad I messed that up. So, yeah, I'm just, going back and forth on stuff to make sure that I do the things I'm comfortable with, don't hurt my confidence so bad. I'm just, just keep chugging, just keep doing what you think you can do best and then go back and fix your mistakes because that's what I do. All these stamps and stamp blocks are from Amazon, by the way. I don't know why. I just had like this. Um, it was when I started bullet journaling. I was like, yeah, stamps are amazing. I'm going to use so many stamps. So I just bulk bought all these stamps and stamp blocks. So, oh, yeah, and the washi tape. Yeah. I was just like really into it. I was like, I'm going to bullet journal and it's going to be amazing. Like, I'm going to use all this stuff. And I do. I do. So it wasn't like a complete waste or anything, but it's so hard to pick out um, washi tapes that are compatible together, especially for these anime themes. Like, to be honest, these Amazon washi tapes are really nice. Like, for the most part, they can go with a lot of themes, but once in a while, when I think about spoiling myself, I think about the washi tape shop and I'm thinking, wow, that gilded washi tape is so beautiful. Like, this is the kind of gilded washi tape that I want. But, let's make do with just the cheap Amazon washi tape for now. Like, it's not bad. Like, look at it. It's not bad. It was just fate that that little piece of paper wasn't glued down right the first time, so now I could do something amazing with it. So, some things just work out. Oh yeah, I make another mistake on this page, and don't worry, I think I fix it right away. I think I do, but if I don't, that's gonna kind of irritate me. Yeah, you kind of see what happened there. My stamp wasn't all the way down the first time, and then I try to go back and oh, good, I fix it right away. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yep. Yeah, see, it's not so hard to fix your mistakes. And then that blue highlight right there is just the habit that you want to track. So for me, it's like wearing my aligners to get my teeth straighter and stuff. So that's one of the things I would write above one of those little calendars. Yeah, it can be anything. Like you want to read more, you want to learn something new every day, something like that. So um, that is what you would write on that highlight section. I'm like, what am I doing now? And that is taking care of my stamps. Like, you have nice, beautiful stamps that you spend money on, and you do have to clean them off and make sure you put them away just nice. And I for I never forget to do that. It's just because I love my stamps. Like, look how much they do for me. Like, look, it was so plain before, but just a little ink and some flower stamps, and then look, I covered the whole page without drawing them myself. Sorry, I just got really like distracted because this is very satisfying to me. I love watching the stamping part. Like, wow. I'm like, look at that. Yep, sometimes like the stamp doesn't go all the way down or I didn't have enough ink and I just draw in the rest of the shape. So it's not a big deal. This is my budgeting page and you see me right there. Draw in the date, description, payment method, and amount, and below date, details, checking, withdraw, and total. And that is how I'm going to budget myself, just keeping track of everything I spend. Sorry we're going so fast. I was just like, wow, they must be bored, so let me just speed this up. The weird cat that I drew on those last two pages, that was supposed to be for my short-term and long-term saving goals. So I did that for the Inuyasha bullet journal as well. And I forget what financial entrepreneur, someone like that. He wrote a book about the 50-30-20, and apparently you're supposed to take 20% of your spendable paycheck to put into savings or use for some of your saving goals. So I tried that already. I tried the 50-30-20 thing, and writing it out like actually did not help me. And my main focus is actually the 20% that I can save and do something with. So that is why I'm only using that on my long-term and short-term bullet journal pages, because that is my focus right now. I really need to figure out how to save and figure out what goals I need to reach to get in, that was just so poorly worded. So, I have goals. I must save to reach these goals. That's it. And then this is just the finishing touches, what I'm doing. I printed out a ton of these tiny little pictures because notoriously my bullet journals for my weekly spreads are very plain. And so I started to print out more smaller size pictures to fill in the blanks on at least my weekly spreads, because look, I know it's not going to be as plain once I fill everything in as I go through the month, but it's just really sad how like wonderful the first few pages are, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh great, now we gotta go to work, and it's so plain. Like there's no pictures for me to look at as I go through my work weeks and my days leading up to the end of the month. Yeah, so lots of pictures, lots of colors. Let's do that. If you got more suggestions for me to like make this pop, that would be great, because I definitely look at these pages and I'm just like, I wish I could do something more. Yeah, the problem is doing something more and hindering the functionality of the spread. So we'll see. We'll see if I add more to it, because I think if I add any more, it will get in the way of me writing down the things I need to do. Like I might run out of space, or I won't have any space. We'll see.